The most disrespected person in America is the black woman.
To freedom! Throw that ass in a circle. Throw that ass in a circle.
This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America.
This one's explosive.
Home security!
Pull up! Yo! Pull up! What's up, guys?
What's up, everyone?
It's your girl, $1 Million Misfit.
And it's your boy, Broderick, at Just Be Vibin'.
We coming back to you live and direct for episode 2.
Episode 2. Thank you all for listening and tuning in to episode 1 if you already have. If you haven't, this is your first time listening to us. Thank you for tuning in. We are Think Thirdly, the podcast.
For the next generation.
you know, representing millennials for millennials.
By millennials.
Created. Okay. So what has been going on?
You know, just living my life like it's golden.
Look, living my best life. Yo, speaking of best life, I can't believe Little Duval really has a song called Best Life. Like, I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. That's so simple. Like, yo, we could have easily created that.
Really could have.
Right.
Sick of saying it. Everybody was saying and made it into a song. But it was genius, though. I love it.
I love it too.
It makes you happy.
And he has a record deal.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know who he signed to, but he does have a record deal. And I just feel like that's crazy because he's a comedian. And it's just like, off of one song. Labels are really giving niggas like deals just for one song.
Hey.
You know?
Come on.
Yo,
We
this.
was playing at the club one time.
How was the club reacting?
They was like smiling, living their best life in the club.
I'm living their best life. But when I think about best life, I also think about the Cardi B and the Chance the Rapper song.
Oh, yeah. That was the first Living My Best Life song.
Yeah, that was
I
the
love
first.
that one too. It makes you smile too.
It does, because when I meet Beyonce and I meet Mama Knows, then I know I made it.
Period. Ooh.
Why are you not yarning?
Yeah.
What has been going on? Like, baby girl is tired. So, we back for episode 2. I'm excited, because if you all had listened to our first episode, you would know that we had took a slight hiatus and we were back. I'm excited.
Back with the jump off.
We've been going for a minute, now we back with the jump off.
But let's go ahead and get into today's topic.
Yeah.
What is our topic for today? Culture appropriation.
Oh, so we going right.
That's
We
major.
going right into it.
That's major.
I feel like it's the topic needs to be spoke about.
It has to, and why not with it starting at Think Thirdly? It's perfect. It's the perfect platform. But yeah, so let's get into it, honey.
So are you tired of being that black girl that can't be black because you always get judged to her braids and you always get judged to why you wear your hair a certain type of way?
I've always been conservative. I've never really done the natural out and the braids and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see how it makes a difference for others, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's what a time we live in. Like we live in,
Right, like what it's like to be a black millennial in 2018.
what is it like?
Well, for me personally, I feel like being a black millennial in 2018 is exciting and interesting because we are breaking barriers and creating lanes. Like, I feel like being a black millennial in 2018, my goal in life is to create a life that doesn't exist for myself.
That's
And
fire.
a lot of millennials are just taking the initiative to just do what they love. They're not, being afraid of, going after what they want. Right. And I feel like even though social media plays a huge and make a huge impact on our life, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's still about what you do with it.
That's right.
So as a black millennial in 2018, I'm just proud to be a part of our generation. You know, I like a lot. There be plenty of people that be on social media talking about I wish I was born in another generation, da 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 da. But you got to think about the great things that our generation as African Americans, as black people, are doing greatly, and not so much focused on the negative things that that you've seen on the internet or that you read on certain websites. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about the overall positive things of what it is to be a black millennial in 2018.
That's right.
So what you feel?
I feel like when it comes to music and culture, it's easily, how can I say it? I don't know, I feel like it's like easy for people to take our things and our way of doing things and run it with it. Kind of like how they did back in the day whenever you would have the black version of a song,
right,
and then they would turn around and have the white people make another version of it.
Like the remake.
I feel like they used to do that and it was legal.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's that way in a sense, but it's okay. Like,
so
we're getting, like, let's say, okay, I get some braids, right?
Right.
Let's say Beyonce gets some braids. We love her lemonade braids. But then when Kim K gets it, oh my God,
she
invented braids. She invented braids. And it's just like,
why you can't give the black girls the initiative of what culture created? You know what I mean?
So I feel like it's the same way with music. It's the same way with a lot of things. And we're making it okay. And it shouldn't be. That's how I feel.
Like, that's a forever going topic. Because I feel like it's a point in time where
even with our lingo, like, it's just
the culture that what we created. You know what I mean? Like, as a black person, whatever your orientation is, the language that we all created, like, and just the way we represent the culture.
Yeah, and people have to kind of just take it and run with it.
And act like it's okay, like they invented it. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying is it's a cycle, because I was watching a few movies and that's exactly what they would do. It was a woman that made a song that Elvis Presley, I think, remade, and it popped. You feel me? Like, does it really take for white people to take on what we're saying to make it pop? When I know that we can make it pop ourselves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's what I think is starting to happen, and it's crazy.
And we're not really getting the recognition or the stuff that we deserve. Like, the recognition we deserve for, other races taking over what we created. You know what I mean? And like, it comes to a point where I feel like, everybody want to be black sometimes until it's time to be black. And, like, as people seen previously, if they watch our promo video about, black culture being pop culture. And I really do feel like black culture is the popular culture, because if you think about, you just think about the timeline of things that happen in our lives. And then you think about the, influential people that you had as black people, whether it was in whatever industry it was. You know what I mean? Right. Just think about the creativity that they provided, and other people bit off that and got more recognition than you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably a conversation that we could probably have for hours about different ways that it's been done, but I think just going forward, setting the tone for the conversation, it needs to be, how can we, maintain it as ours, but not really. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say.
But I always feel like It was a quote that I forgot. I kind of remember it, and it was like, something can never be duplicated.
Yeah.
It's like, we are the original orange of basically everything that's occurring in the world. And even like you mentioned, like, the music, like, if you look, like, I remember a recent interview that J. Cole did with Angie Martinez. And when I say recent, it probably was like in 2017 or 2016. But he was speaking about, like, if you look up jazz artists, and it's just like it's not like black artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that amazes me, because I'm just like, jazz was ours. You know what I mean? Like, even with rhythm and blues, that was us. You know, hip hop, that's us.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, it's just crazy. And then you spoke about the Kardashians, and I love, the Kardashians, and you if you like something they have on, or you like something that they doing, you shout them out. You're not really a huge fan, because you never been the type to be a huge fan of someone until you actually meet them. And that's just something that I would say, period. Like, you just always kept it like a mutual. Like, you never really been biased. You never been biased. But that's one thing I'll say. You always had like a bias. Like, you never really was biased when it comes to stuff. Like, you always had like a straight, whatever. So that's why I was like, even with Kim, like, I honestly just be thinking, like, how the internet be like going in because she has braids, or if she has such and such, and they just like, oh, she's just trying to capitalize off black people. But I'm like, she's married to a black man, so it's just like, she can do like
certain things she gets a pass for, like, especially
she has black kids.
Yeah, basically all of them except Courtney kind of get a pass to just kind of just do what they want at this point, is because who they talk to, or who they're associated with, or who they're married to.
Right, so that's basically what that represents them, and give them a pass. And culture, I mean, because culture is I mean, for one, like, I understand that it, as us as people, it's really tiring to have other people come in and try to take our shit, and then think that it's okay, they created it, right? But at the same time, we have to be appreciative that our culture is the better culture. Exactly. I'm not just our culture, but culture in general. Because like, the Asians have their culture, and like, just Hispanics have, and Latinos have their culture, Caucasians have their culture. So it's like that's what makes the world, and I feel like that's what connects us as people, is music and culture. I feel like when it comes to other things, like as far as the division in life, I would really say that politics and religion can kind of shift ruffle some feathers and really divide people as people.
Yeah, I'm going through it.
She up here in the studio like
life hits you hard, and like, you have a great weekend with your friends, and you turn up and you realize how really old you are. And I realize how old I am.
She realized how old she is.
Because we had a ball, but I'm old now. It's like
you was not old. What is old to you? I
cannot stay out like I used to.
What is old to you?
Me.
Nah, she is
25. So I think once I get like 40, I'm old.
40 is old?
I don't think it's like old.
40 is
like,
really young.
Like, Angela Bassett is 60.
And she look good
like
as fuck. Like
a snack. So let me not say that. But I just feel like, as far as like your type of activities and the times that you stay out and stuff, that kind of.
But it all depends on the person.
That's true. Because I know some Cuba Gooding Jr. He on stage showing out. He's 50, talking about suck the.
Oh no!
What? Not radio.
Oh no!
So it's just like,
yeah.
So So yeah, but for me, for Courtney, Courtney cannot hang like she used to. Okay.
I mean, honestly, like I came to the point where I just feel like
I really don't like clubs. Like, you know me and you don't really like clubs. Like, you do lounges, bars.
Something real chill. You know what I mean? Like, I go to the club in so many different cities.
Right.
Like, from time to
or
time.
It's a celebration or an occasion.
The city that I'm living in, like, as far as clubbing, like, I can count on my hands how many times I actually go to the club. Like, I'm saying, like, I'm just not really a club person. You know what I mean?
Me either.
Because I just feel like it comes a point in your life where it's just like I'm seeing all you niggas on Instagram. So what's the point of me like going out to the club where I can just see y'all on the same site and you know like I just don't get it.
Yeah, we so got off topic though. Let's get back on. Alright, so question. What did you feel about, I think a few months ago, Kim K, she called out Tyson Bigford.
Right.
She was like, she called him sis. What? Because he came for her. He basically was body shaming her on Instagram. Shout out to the Shade Room. They always got the celebrities in their comment section.
They always clapping back.
But yeah, so basically, he was body shaming her, and she came back with a clap back and was like, we all know why you don't like it, sis. And it's just like, a lot of people reacted to Kim K saying sis as, oh my gosh, she's invited to the cookout. She's cool now.
I mean,
she's one of us, and it's just like, just because she said sis. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like,
I think Kim K always have been, you know, invited to the cookout. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know,
but you
like,
know how black Instagram comment sections be like. You be going, woo, child, the ghetto, and Alexa, call so-and-so, or I'm going to Chick-fil-A, anybody want something? We be coming up with the craziest sayings, and it's just so funny. Like, but people be always snatching that stuff away and using it and just running it out, and then it's not cool anymore. So it's just like,
okay, so how do I feel about it? Okay, so I honestly just think that Kim was basically defending herself. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like he came and he body shamed. So it's just like she basically didn't say anything that people wasn't already thinking. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like she just felt like, all right, he coming for me, so like why not come for him? Because this is what the world is thinking.
Right.
You know? So I mean, what did he expect her to say? Like, did he expect her to pave it? No, it's Kim K. She's gonna be on her phone all day. Like, exactly. Come on now.
Come the fuck.
Like, he thought that Kim K was just gonna pay his message. Nah, like, she's gonna clap back. And I don't really feel like she was wrong in this situation. You know what I mean? For calling him. I mean, just think about it. Whenever you fuss with anybody, you gonna at least try to say something that's gonna get into their skin, regardless of being true or not. But if more people are saying what you're saying, then you're gonna feel like you struck a nerve. So it's like at the end of the day, like, you know, she did what she did. You know what I mean? And I mean, she's allowed to say that she invited to the cookout. You know, Kim been invited to the cookout since like what, 07, ever since her and the Ray J tape was out. So
exactly,
you know, Kim K is Kim K. But I also remember, you remember last year, K Michelle put out her album, The People I Used to Know, and she had a song called Kim K, and it was like, I wish I could be a Kardashian so I can be black. Like, listening to those lyrics is kind of real because they do everything that a black woman would do. And, you know, it's okay because, or they invented it, or it's innovative because it's like Kim and her sisters did it. I love the Kardashians though, but you know what I mean? But it just gives you an insight on how society really is and what they really think. So it's, I mean, you know, that's just the world we live in.
Definitely. So yeah, I just feel like in a whole, like, you know, we always getting everything bite. Like, everybody biting our style, everybody biting our lingo, everybody biting our everything. But at the end of the day, I just feel like we just gotta continue to just move as a, you know,
The unit. And
unit.
this community just represents each
Continue to
other.
set trends, continue to show
Trendsetter.
our black girl magic,
Black
continue
boy
to
magic.
black boy joy, and all that good stuff, and just continue to just be us. 'Cause at the end of the day, you know, we set the tone. I feel like we just lit, period.
We are.
Black millennials are just lit.
Black millennials are lit. Regardless of all the things that society try to make us out to be.
It's really social media. Like, how do you feel that social media influence millennials? Like, do you feel like it has kind of like taken over? Like,
Yeah, I really do feel like it kind of taking over because it's just like the first thing that people do when they wake up is check their
social
phone
media.
and
I
they check their
stopped
social
doing
media.
that.
They don't even check their
I
messages no
stopped
more.
doing that. I realized that the first thing I would do was check my phone when I woke up. Not pray, not thank God for letting me see another day, not meditating or thinking about what, you know,
You
how
supposed
my
to
day is
be
gonna
doing
be.
right.
I check my phone. So it's just like I stopped doing that. I put my phone in the charger. Of course, I would touch it to turn my alarm off, but I would just immediately just start to pray or just get out of bed and take a shower. And then once I get settled and ready to go out the door, then I would touch my phone.
Right.
Because it's like when you start your day with, because you know, we get on social media
And you
start
see
to
negative
compare
shit.
stuff, or you start to see negative stuff. That sets the tone for your day. So you might not have a good day because you checked social media and you saw some craziness on there, and now you got kind of like a tone over, you know, like a whole little tone over your day. And it's
Right.
just like, you can't do that. You dictate your day. You set the tone for your day. Of course, not every day is going to be our day, but it can be if we think positive and we do positive. So,
Yeah, I'm like 100%.
a little lesson for the kids today. You
Look,
feel?
I'm 100% with it though. Look, I was getting a little bit of my feelings over here, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. I'm like, yo, this is really real because it's just like what you observe is like how you're gonna, you know, execute certain things in your life. You know what I mean? So you gotta really be observant of what and who you have in your
Around
life,
you,
and
yeah.
please protect your space.
Definitely, even with your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's
just
so
be
important.
careful. If you are at a point in your life and you feel like you are trying to reach the next level, you're trying to tap into the next level of your life, and you're trying to be someone way different than who you are now, but just at a more positive space.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you've had the same friends for years, if they are not shifting
Or growing with you.
you,
Then you gotta let them
you're
go.
gonna have to let them go. You're gonna have to kind of move them out the way. Not saying that you just stop being friends.
Man, you can't love. You
"Hey,
still can love
y'all,
them.
I'm done being your friend. Peace." Like, no, you can't sit in no group chat doing that. What I mean is, you start to shift your way to yourself, not where you're distant all the way, but just give yourself that creative space to do you, be you. And if they're really your friends, they won't take it personal. And when you actually reach out to them, you guys are gonna talk like you just talked yesterday, because they understand where you're at and they're trying to do the same thing. But if you got that negative Nancy in your corner,
You need to let negative Nancy
and
go.
you feel some type of way because, ooh, girl, you don't talk to me no more. What's the
Alright,
beef?
what's up, bro?
What's the beef? What's the beef?
What's
Then
up,
you
bro?
know.
What's going
Then
on?
you know that is not really your friend. Oh, I just took a picture.
Again. Look, y'all, we just like,
Hey,
yo,
I'm gonna be a motivated speaker one day.
call it, speaking into existence. You know what I mean? And I really
got
felt
the
that
tea for
though.
you. I just gotta get over my fear of large crowds. But other than that, I'll tell you. But ooh, married to Memphis. Okay. All right, y'all. But yeah, we can sit here and talk all day to you guys. But we love you. Continue to flourish as we flourish. You know what I'm saying? Continue to grow as we grow. Let's just be great together. We're Black millennials. We're just doing it.
Look,
We're just
like we over here on wine, so y'all probably like, okay, but at the same time, Like, I really do feel like everything that you said was a message. You know, I feel like everything is really important to really, you know, observe who's in your space.
That's
and
right.
Also, knowing your power of being a black millennial. Like, that is really, really important.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's just people out here that can just get away with stuff. And, you know, we can always, like Nikki said, be Chung Lee, I guess. And you really have to really, you know your power and realize that you are the better one and that you have to never be a fool for anyone, anything. Like, always be you unapologetically.
That's right. You always gotta remember that. Okay, take him to church, bro.
Taking the church, okay.
But yeah, guys, so we'll be back with episode 3 very, very soon.
We will. And what's trending right now in 2018? Before we go.
What is trending?
I mean, everybody doing all type of challenges right now.
I know Little Yachty has some challenges going on, but it didn't pop like in my feelings. And
What little child? What little?
he had the shoulder. He was doing something with his shoulder. One of his songs he had.
Oh yeah,
He
City
had
Girl.
that challenge, and then he had the Zoom challenge where they would sit on the floor and he would pull you. He had that challenge too. That one was kind of weird. I saw some cute ones on the blogs and stuff. But yeah.
I mean, everybody going for the City Girls, right? Well, you know, last month everybody was going.
They are coming
For the City Girl.
Because of the tweets back in 2011.
So,
Crazy. I would just delete your Twitter and start a new one, sis. Like, they gonna keep digging.
They gonna
If you
keep
said some
digging.
more foul stuff, they come and fix it.
what do you think Risha said?
You about to stop JT Bag but she get out because you're talking this mess on Twitter when you was, what?
She was young
17,
though.
16?
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's just like at the same time, I feel like you can't always hold somebody accountable for what they said when they was young, because at the end of the day, like, everybody still evolves. So maybe hopefully she doesn't still think like she did when she was,
I don't think so. I think she's grown and matured, definitely. She seems like the most mature.
Yeah, I mean, she traveled the world, so I'm sure she probably, like, you know, a little bit more cultural now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even say travel the world, but like travel the states.
Yeah.
And everybody's still different, so. Yeah, those tweets, though, was crazy.
She was coming up for everything. And then, you know, she was on the On tour. She opened up with Khaled. And they digged up a tweet when she called Blue ugly. And it's like, baby, that was 2011. That was, almost 7 years ago?
Yeah, you don't call nobody, but still, you don't call nobody
You
child ugly.
don't, but at the same time, if I think about it, in 2011, I was a freshman in college. So, or not even, half of 2011, I was a senior in high school. So it's like, the things I said at that age, and me now, two different types of
Courtney's.
Exactly.
You know?
I was the ratchet, party, it's lit, court dog. People are friends of mine know who that is. You feel me? Like, that was that Courtney. This Courtney is mature and y'all
Very action, like she got to make life happen for
You
herself.
cannot hold these people accountable for their tweets years ago. They are humans just like us, and I feel like I would never want to be famous. I only want to be rich. Because if they dig my tweets up, oh baby.
Well, it's coming, baby.
Oh baby.
So whoever listening right now, please dig up some old tweets.
If
So I
y'all
can
dig
just
up them sick legs tweets, ooh baby.
I'm not even on that type of time, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like,
Somebody had time to dig up Carisha's tweets, though.
but I just feel like but it's somebody that felt a certain type of way, but because of I won't call it instant gratification because they've been out for a while.
Right.
But it's everything happens in the moment in time for them to pop.
Right.
So they're popping right now, so it's just people just trying to degrade. Somebody's really angry and bitter
Yeah.
that they're in the position that they're in.
Yeah.
And they just trying to tear her down. I'm still a supporter of the City Girls.
Really? Yeah, listen, I'm a fan, and I really don't really be fans of people, but like you said earlier, but I'm a fan. I like the City Girls.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
like the
their
City Girls,
message,
too.
everybody's not going to agree with their message.
I mean, you know,
what they
it's...
tell women to do, but at the end of the day, I feel like y'all can...
I mean, it's
go
ratchet,
ahead and
of course.
quote me, but it's
You know,
ratchet.
I don't listen to it every
music,
day,
it's
but, you
fun.
know,
Yeah,
like...
I ain't about to be...
I'm not absurd in it, you know what I mean?
It's a time and a place for that. Like, I'll probably, listen to it.
You know I'm an R&B guy.
Yeah, I'll probably listen to it like if I'm on a road trip. You feel me? I need to stay up because I'll be in the car like, hey, I'll take your man.
Oh, so you need some
Swipe
hype.
them visas.
Oh,
So, or at a little shit, like a little pool party. Like, we play the City Girls at our pool party. So, it's just like, it's a time and a place. But, yeah, I support them to the fullest. Free JT. When JT get out, definitely, if they have a concert in Charlotte, I'm doing it.
Well, who's going to pull up in Atlanta or wherever the party is, you know what I mean?
Period.
To represent.
JT come home and Miami holding it down by herself, though.
She is.
Shout out to him, man. You can come on the show, girl.
Come through. We want to talk to you about those old tweets.
Okay.
So, even when we were talking about like culture, like think about some of the things like our language, like Urban Dictionary basically give you the spiel basically of what those meanings are, and I feel like it's really interesting, like from yo to ghetto and all that. Like I just feel like it's funny, like how we have our own, like the urban community really have our own language, and everybody is so fascinated with how we speak and how we say certain things,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, that's been going on for years.
It's gonna always go on.
It's gonna always. Period.
Well, guys, make sure that this is our episode, and make sure that all of you subscribe to us, Think Thirdly, the podcast. We're available to listen on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. This fool in here, y'all, she's lit.
I know
she's
y'all
lit.
Heard,
but
go ahead, sorry.
But make sure you all subscribe. We really appreciate the love, repost, and
love you guys.
Share. Let your mama know I'm Pookie, Uncle Tank. Not Uncle Tank, but Uncle Tank sound like the uncle that will be cooking in them sandals on during like cookouts.
With the yeah.
You see that meme?
The sandals you wear the socks with them.
Right, with the whole like we got the show, so
right.
showing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But look, I can actually eat a mean steak right now, though.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds lit.
But guys, make sure you follow us both on Instagram. My personal Insta is @$1misfit1_ at the end.
And my personal Instagram is @JustBeVibing. And you can follow the business page at Thirdly Media and Think Thirdly the podcast.
Definitely.
Stay updated with us.
Yes. Until next time, guys.
Alright, thank you.
Bye.
Jump off. I've been gone for a minute, now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something jump off. You're back up for the high, but the off. In the graveyard is where you get off. All we wanna do is party and buy everybody at the bar Bacardi.